Good morning and welcome to NHSN. I'm Dan DeVev.
And I'm Michelle Block. We have a packed full news show for you today. Dan, why don't you start us off?
All right, Michelle. Go way back to the 1950s at this year's Winterfest concert this Friday night. It'll be at 7:30 in the Needham High School auditorium, and you can buy tickets at the door for $15. The event is a fundraiser for the Needham High School Friends of Music, which is a nonprofit organization that raises funds for the Needham High School music program. You'll be seeing performances by the dance team, From Out of Nowhere, Trouble Rebels, the Subway Dwarfs, the Jazz Ensemble, and the Chorale. For more information on the Friends of Music, visit nhsfriendsofmusic.org.
Thanks, Dan. I think we'll continue with the performance theme. Calling all actors, singers, dancers, musicians, painters, builders, and techies. Auditions for this year's musical, Kiss Me Kate, will be held next week. Information for prospective members of the cast or crew is available outside the chorus room. Rehearsals will begin in January with performances on March 12th, 13th, and 14th. This is a great opportunity to contribute to a major school event, meet new people, and learn new skills. Kiss Me Kate is a musical about a group of actors putting on a musical version of the Shakespeare play, Taming of the Shrew. If you have any questions, please see the directors, Mrs. Ronan, Mr. Vanderwood, or Mr. Hirsch.
The junior class recently held a badminton tournament, and it was a great success. Let's check it out.
On Friday, November 20th, the Junior Student Council hosted a badminton tournament in the A-Gym. The event was very successful, with many teams showing their skills. There were 35 teams of 2 that played. $175 was raised. Congratulations to the winners, Brian Bowles and Simon Fung. Here is some footage from the tournament. Here are some reactions from the players.
We were one of the only girl teams out there. Yeah, look how many guys there are versus girls.
It's really about the kids.
Yeah.
It's about the kids, it's the community, the friendship, and the badminton.
Let's go to Eric Feldman for more.
Thanks, guys. Last Thursday, the football team traveled to Honeywell Field in Wellesley for the 122nd annual Thanksgiving Day football game. The Rockets had beaten the Raiders the past 2 seasons, and with a win this year, they would guarantee themselves a spot in the playoffs for the first time since 2003. Needham went into the game with a 7-3 record, and Wellesley went in with an 8-2 record. The teams were virtually even for the first time in recent years. Let's go to the highlights.
Large crowd on hand here at Honeywell Field. Second quarter 0-0, and it's going to be Wellesley to strike first as Brendan Brooks finds his receiver open over the middle for the touchdown. 52 yards on that completion. Rockets get the ball back down 7-0 here on a play-action pass. It's going to be Kevin Brennan who finds Kevin Cray behind the coverage for the touchdown. Rockets tie things up at 7. Rockets needing to respond on 3rd down to give to Ian Riley, who bounces off a tackler to the right side and goes into the end zone. His first touchdown of the season. Rockets tie it up at 13. And after a Wellesley touchdown, Rockets down 7. Again, needing to respond. Kevin Cray takes the kickoff, goes down the left sidelines, and there's that last cut to get by the Wellesley special teams and into the end zone for the touchdown. After a defensive stop by Needham, Wellesley now looking to score here as Brennan Brooks finds his receiver for 6. And Wellesley's going for 2 in the win. The pitch to Michael Janey, and he is in the end zone for the 2-point conversion. Rockets lose a shocker, 28-27.
Even though the Rockets lost, with the losses by both Weymouth and Framingham, the Rockets were crowned Kerry Division champions and a berth in the playoffs. They played Bridgewater Raynham last Tuesday for a chance to make it to the Division 1A Super Bowl. Coverage of that game will air next week. That's all for sports this week. Tune in next week for more updates. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Eric. I wish Needham had won, but maybe the Rockets will bring home the win next year.
I hope so. Remember those NEAS committee members walking the halls of Needham High School? Or maybe sitting in your classes a couple weeks ago? We spoke to Chairman Dr. Goodwin and a student who was followed by a committee member to find out more about the visit.
4 days later, we have done our work. We've been through a tremendous number of meetings with all kinds of groups of people.
They came to my wellness class and my calculus class.
We were able to get all kinds of feedback on every aspect of your school?
Each NEASC member is on a certain board with the committee, so some members were looking for academics, some members were looking for social environment, different things.
Specifically, our job is to measure this school against 7 standards that the New England Association requires that all schools meet.
I think that they were really impressed. He actually told me that, he said to me, you know, you're really lucky to be a part of this community.
We're very favorably impressed with Needham High School. There are some tremendous things going on here. What we've enjoyed the most from listening to all 17 members of the committee was meeting the many students that we met. There's just a tremendous degree of satisfaction on the part of students and faculty and parents with the kind of education that occurs in your school.
I think they got a really good impression of our school.
Well, it sounds like they were pretty impressed with our school. A draft of the committee's report will be given to Needham High soon, and the final NEASC report will be available in the spring. And now to special interest.
Hey guys. Hey, Mr. Ames. So, what's up? What's new? I've heard some things. Some things are going on pretty radical. For example, RAD. There's this thing called RAD. I'm not really sure how to pronounce it. Red. It's red. Are you checking your phone? But it's an RNA and 2 Ds, and apparently it's the new big thing. Apparently, RAD. It stands for Righteous Action Defense Doctrine. It doesn't. I'm lying. Rocket ships and decisions and destruction. RAD. And basically that's rockets against destructive decisions. What do you know about destructive decisions? Because you look like you were the product of one.
They are horrible. Bad things.
Are you destructive?
I don't think
Are you a decision? Is they're trying to take your time where you're going to be like, hey, got nothing to do. Why don't I just like set fire to a wastebasket? They're going to stop you from doing that. And they're going to instead be like, hey, I'm going to play some Wii Sports and some competition on Wii Night for free on December 5th. It's a real thing.
They're really having a Wii Night?
They're really doing a Wii Night.
Where?
With DDR. Here in the cafeteria. December 5th.
Honestly?
Honestly.
Really?
December 5th.
Maybe I should bring my Wii.
December 5th. December 5th. December 5th.
Thanks. A couple weeks ago, seniors Meg Conley, Christine Ganser, and Elizabeth Morris signed to different colleges to play sports next year. We talked to them to find out more about their thoughts and plans for the future. Take a look.
I'm Megan Conley, and I'm going to the University of Vermont to play lacrosse. I'm Elizabeth Morris, and I'm going to Boston University to play lacrosse.
I'm looking forward to kind of just the commitment and the structure every day. Like there's fall ball, and then they have like winter lifting, and then the spring is the season. So it's going to be like pretty strenuous, but it's going to be fun.
I'm mostly looking forward to being with the team and being with girls who, you know, love the same sport as much as I do. And I'm also looking forward to having lacrosse basically being my job because I love to do it and just to be in a new place and meet new people.
We wish you guys the best. Last but not least, make sure you check out Jeff Fitzgerald's fantastic pep rally photos in this week's credits.
That's all for this week.
Remember, it's your school and your news.
Thanks for watching, and see you next week.